Catch your breath from that one. What stands out the most from the end of the fourth quarter and on into overtime that made the difference for you down the stretch?
Just the way we attacked each possession on both sides of the ball. We had a next play, refuse to quit mentality. I'm so proud of our guys, man, the way we fought. You know, we've told them since day one, we want to be the most competitive together ball club for 48 minutes or however long it takes. And today it took 53. But again, us just figuring out a way, finding a way. Everybody's pulling in the same direction. And shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies, man, a hell of a ball club. Hell of a ball club. We knew we were going to have our hands full with those guys facing a deficit. And so, you know, we had some moments in the game that weren't too pretty. But again, we just kept chipping away possession by possession. Didn't get discouraged, didn't fall apart. Again, had some unfortunate segments. But for the most part, guys came together and dug our heels in the sand when it came time to make the right plays.
Darvin, I'm not sure how often you want LeBron taking charges like that when I'm on the court, but can you talk about just about his will to win tonight and doing all of the little things that he did?
You know, he understands the timing of everything. You know, the known of what happened yesterday and the unknown of tomorrow. It makes him even more entrenched in today, into the moment. And all of his travels, all of the phenomenal things he's accomplished, again, he still has that passion, that grit to want to be on top and to want to put his team in position the right way to be successful. And that's what you saw, 20 rebounds, 15 defensive rebounds, the plays, him communicating with the coaches, him communicating with his teammates, trying to figure out not his way or somebody else's way, but the best way for us to go about, you know, giving ourselves a chance to win. And, you know, that's just who he's been his entire career. That's who he's been, all about making the right play, whether it's for himself or someone else. Understand that in order for us to get all of our other guys to do and make the right plays and sacrifice themselves, he has to be at the top of that list, and that's what those charges represented. You know, him doing whatever it takes to put us in a position to succeed.
Dan.
Darvin, after game two, way back here. After game two, AD said that if I play like this, we can't win. How did you guys survive an off night from him offensively? And then secondly, you mentioned LeBron sort of his will to win, 80 huge baskets, I think a tip, and that kind of hustle play to start overtime. How big was that for him to get something out of tonight?
Those are huge. And, you know, no matter what happens in the game, you got to continuously look forward. You got to look forward to the next possession. As long as there's possessions left in the game, you know, you cry, you moan over certain things that's not going your way. And that frustration, that stress can bleed into 3, 4, 5 of the next plays. So you got to have a short memory in terms of things that are happening, obviously, and specifically the negative things that you may experience during the course of a game and a playoff game. And he just kept fighting through. And, you know, other guys had to step up and chip in. You know, we saw Bron in his closing performance just doing everything on both sides of the ball. But I got to give a huge shout out again to D'Angelo Russell. I mean, we were flailing at best offensively, and he was able to catch fire. And, man, he put us on his back offensively and put us back in position to have a chance to close the gap, eclipse it, and walk away with the win. You know, if D'Lo doesn't play the way he played, we don't win this game.
Mark.
Hey, Darvin, another one on 80. What's the medical staff said on how he's been hanging in with his hip issues and all that?
Well, he's hanging in there, man. You know, it's definitely hurting, but it's something that's not, you know, something that's going to keep him out. We just have to manage it the best we can, and it's constant around-the-clock treatment.
Darvin, you just mentioned D'Lo, but those 3 threes in the middle of the fourth before he fouled out, how critical was that stretch of the game? And he had kind of been having a quiet game up to that point, and then he unleashes with those 3.
It was huge. You know, he laughs and we joke. You know, it's like he said, I can miss 5 in a row and I can go turn around and make 10 in a row. And I was actually thinking about that as he was knocking them down. But, you know, just him just staying ready to be aggressive, staying ready in attack mode. We need that. Just like we needed Vando's energy early. And Vando knocked down a couple of corner threes. You know, his presence, his activity on Ja, it's obviously not an easy matchup by any stretch of the imagination. And Dennis, his performance defensively with Ja. I mean, we just got contributions from all over the place. And, you know, D'Lo, again, right at the top of that list, along with Bron and several others, that allowed us to get in a position to come out on top.
Yeah, Darvin, even after all this time, do you find yourself amazed at LeBron? Do you ever say wow while you're watching him?
Oh, absolutely. But at the same time, we can always get better. And when we break down our film, we see things during the point in the game, the clips we watch at halftime. You know, he's not perfect. You know, sometimes there's breakdowns, but at the end of the day, he's a guy that can quickly recalibrate and not make the same mistake twice. And so, and some of it is fatigue. I mean, just you know, we're pushing them hard. They're playing more minutes. You know, obviously overtime game. But this is what it's about. This is what the load management is about. You know, for these guys to be able to exert themselves at a higher level at this time of the year. But, you know, he's nothing short of amazing, man. But it doesn't surprise me. You know, if you watch him every day and see how he prepares, then you know he's putting himself in the best position to be not just available to play or to play, you know, well in stretches, but to be elite at the top of the list in terms of, you know, how he performs for his team. So, yes, it's really, really special. I don't take it for granted to be in this position.